Welcome back to another episode of FoolCraft with Arlo. Before we get started today, I just want to make a couple of comments on some things I noticed that I've probably been doing a little wrong that people will probably catch in later times when they watch my previous episodes. But the main one is something to do with these chests. Now, these slightly larger chests have the same amount of storage space as the regular chests. But the difference is these fill out the whole block, whereas these are part of the block. Now the thing with the regular Minecraft chests is that you can also sort everything, at least on the crafted, or on the modded. On these, you don't have that option, which makes it really a pain in the butt for here, and this is just basic. This will not be how this is going to stay. I will change this up to a better sorting system, but for now it's just getting started. But I've been watching a little bit of some videos. Oh, imagine that, I do watch some videos. And let me see where we're at here, and I want to show you maybe something, because in FTB Beyond, you had what was called a small storage chest. Now, let's just put all these up here. Now that small, why is it getting dark? Oh, look, an eclipse. Sweet. So that's a solar eclipse. So what's going to happen is that it's going to turn dark and some mobs are going to spawn. That's kind of something I didn't expect to see today. Yeah, because it's the middle of the day. So, stand by for that. I can see them on my upper right if I need to. But anyway, I've been watching some videos and there's this thing called a iron chest. Now, we're going to try to see what the difference in the storage space is, but apparently if I was watching that video correctly, this chest is actually kind of like the small storage crate that we had in the previous one. I got 3 of those. That's weird. Okay. Oh, because I used the left click. Never mind. But this iron chest, I gotta watch for mobs. I'm gonna put this here, and let's see. So that's a bigger chest. It's basically a dual chest in one shot. So, some of y'all are probably like, duh. Now the other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I can stack them side by side. Because that'll tell me a lot of what I need to know. And if I can, storage-wise. Nope, don't do that yet. Okay, watch how slow. And do these stack side by side? That's what I want to know. They do not. Well, I mean, they go side by side, but they don't complete. Like, say, this one. Okay, but anyway, that's going to help on my storage. Plus, I can sort these, which will give me double the space. Right? 9 times 3, 27. These should be 9 times 6, which gives me 54. So this is what I want here, at least temporary. Because if you check here, when these get like this, I can't sort these. So they sit there, it's a pain in the butt. It's really a pain in the butt. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clear all this out. Take this out. Now everything's probably going to drop out the bottom here, I think. So we'll do that and turn all these into specialty items or iron chest. So now, yeah, I know I'm a dummy. I didn't know that. It's not like I play modded all the time. Now it is a little bit smaller, but it's definitely more size. See, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know if that was supposed to be a different size or not. But what I've been doing, I've been putting all my eggs in one basket. And, yeah. So, that's that part of it. But I do want to change that out to where it's more efficient. So, that's going to be a little bit of a difference. But my main goal today is to get this freaking cow milking facility set up properly. Oh, and I do have a whole bunch of hooch too. So I'm going to get drunk at the same time. So all this is hooch. 16 buckets worth of hooch. Now, why do I need hooch? Well, it's to make rocket fuel. Why do you need rocket fuel, you may ask? Well, I need rocket fuel for this feller right here. this meat cow, because I need to use a meat house or something like that too. And this, they drive me kind of nuts with the mooing. Slaughterhouse, I believe, is what it is. So I need that to get that running. Slaughterhouse. I think it's this one. I don't know if it was this one or not. But, oh, meat packer. Meat packer, that's right. Meat packer. The meat packer will require rocket fuel. See, rocket fuel bucket there. Now to get that rocket fuel, and yeah, to get rocket fuel, I needed to basically get it in the tank and all this. And there's another way I went about it. But anyway, to get rocket fuel, you need hooch. So used through a vat. So basically, what I'll do, I'll set up another vat on this side, pump the hooch into here, put the RF, and then distribute rocket fuel into another tank. And once I do that, I'll use that rocket fuel on the meat packer, which will be right next to it. So tank, vat, RF, meat tank, sorry, rocket fuel tank, meat packer, push that into there, and then drop into, or push with an item conduit into the meat packer and give me a storage for meat. So I got a permanent supply of food from that dude right there. Now, instead of, the other thing I did learn too by watching a little bit was that instead of doing all this manual, there is a device that does that in this current mod pack. The other mod pack, it was like a vacuum thing or something like that. Not sure what the actual name of it was, but in this one, I gotta remember what it was again. Hold on. I believe it is a mechanical user, is what it was, I believe. That right there. And basically what that does, it extracts anything above it into that and puts it where you want it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take care of this, get all the material together to build these things, and then start moving this together and put it together. So I'll be back in a little bit, and we'll see what my progress is from there, okay? So, be right back. Okay, so this is going to be a little more involved than what I thought it was. I mean, I know for you guys it doesn't seem like that long, but what I need to do is make quite clear glass, because that's what we're going to use for our thing. I don't know if I have to do 3 like that or not. So and that's automatically kicking it over. So maybe it's doing 3. I don't know if it's doing 1 or 3 at the moment. Who knows? Or if it takes 3 to make 1. Let me actually look at that. 1. I guess 3 makes 1, right? Oh, that made 3. Okay. So that made 3 of them. I do have soul glass too. I could use that. But you know what? I just want to throw all the clear glass in there. Let's see if... I don't know if that's gonna... 15. I don't know how many that's gonna be. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna let that just cook up a little bit, see what I get out of that. 15. Why is that doing 1 at a time? I guess... So it is doing 1 at a time, so I guess this whole thing will turn into ultra clear glass? Yes, it will. 3 at a time. Alright, so it does it 3 at a time. Alright. Let me give you guys a general idea on how I'm going to set this up. It's going to be pretty basic, but it's going to look kind of, what do you call it? Sci-fi? A little bit? I don't know, maybe. Who knows? Get these things back on so I can frickin' see. Okay. See my little Rubik's Cube in the corner? And my xylophone, tombstones and stuff. This is what I got from my bag opener. Yeah. So, let me get a general. Let me see if I got any stuff here. So I made my mechanical users, of course. But generally, I'm going to show you the general. I keep saying general. Keep bubbling. But what we need to do, I'm just going to show you the general layout of it, and then we'll go from there. So now I think maybe a little bit. Of course, I didn't want to do that. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Let me get back up here. Okay. Shift button helps. Okay, but generally, we're going to do, this is not going to be in cobblestone, by the way. I'm just going to give you the layout here of what I'm going to do. And why did that just, by the way, that's F button in case anybody's wondering how to do that. Shifts it from your left hand to your toolbar. All right, but what we're going to do, so think of this being the center, okay? The cow is going to stand right here. Now around this, it's going to be glass, okay? So it's going to be all glass around this. I'm going to have to freaking definitely figure this out too. Yeah, but this is all going to be glass enclosed, and the cow is going to stand right here on the top of this. Now, underneath, I don't know if I really need conduit or not for this. I might just be able to do this with a straight drop into a casting basin or into a fluid tank, depending on the cow. So a casting basin into a chest that's going to be down here, and this will be underground. So imagine this being ground level here, and all of this being underneath the ground, so that I'll actually probably have a stairway that goes down here and underneath the cows. And that's probably the general layout that I want to go with. And it's going to take me time to do this, so maybe 2-3 hours, maybe, who knows. We'll see. But yeah, that's going to be the idea. So I'll be back in, well, I hope a little bit, but might be a lot longer. All right. Okay, so I got a little bit of a design here. It's not using conduit, which is kind of strange. I guess I could use conduit, but conduit does require a lot of materials that I don't really want to do. So I use my basic thing that I had over there. Of course, put the cow up the top. Yeah, I'll show that. This is just the model. This is not the actual finished product. Just making sure it works. The glass cage around it. The cow on top of the, let me show you, on top of the mechanical user. Now I got it on entity and right click. Okay. Now the goal, if you notice that these keep going back and forth, I guess I could put multiple buckets in there, which we will try. So I'm going to just go ahead and do that. See how this works. But what that does, I have my fluid tank on configure. Turn this off. And the top is going to be push-pull. Basically takes the bucket, pushes it back up, takes it, pushes it back up, dumps it. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out for us. It's working for right now. It's actually a working system, which is kind of cool. I don't know if I need to put that on push. I think I can just leave that normal if I do the clock above it, and it'll do that. Put the casting basin here with the hopper into the iron chest. Voila. Automatic milker without the conduit. Okay. Well, I discovered a little bit of a flaw in this setup here. This is probably why this was too easy and too simple. So, in other words, to get that bucket to dump, the problem is if this is on regular here, it takes that bucket, puts it down here, and deposits it. And it doesn't keep returning. It doesn't like reject it. That's why you need a conduit to reject the bucket. So it puts the bucket, leaves the bucket up in the thing. On this, it works to a point with the push-pull, but the problem is as long as there's fluid in the tank, it'll push it back up. But once that fluid's empty, it won't push that bucket back up. So the bucket gets stuck in here. No longer doing that. So I do need a fluid conduit to drop down into that. So this is generally what the top of it's going to look like. And that's where I'm going to be putting my cow is in here. So, unfortunately, it's going to take me a little bit longer because I have to get the material together to actually make the fluid conduit. I don't think an item conduit will do the same. I could be wrong, but I'm definitely going to try that out and see what we got. So, hopefully I won't take too much long with that. I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, so this is going to be the setup. There's a conduit up here. Let me get to that. Conduit's going to be here, so this is connector. Now what I need that to extract. Okay, so I'm going to be extracting from there. I need a filter so I can filter out the bucket and send it back. So I think that's how we're going to have to do that. But what I'm going to do now is make some basic filters. Basic filters require hopper and paper. I'm glad I got that paper going earlier, or this farm right here. So basically we need to get us some, and of course I didn't just make some paper. Okay, now of course also on the video I was watching, I did notice that if you do, not that one, where is it? I got my gesture hat on, by the way. If you squat down, you can basically fertilize everything. You notice the carrots are growing, but not. Wait, this ain't working for me. This here. It's doing the carrots though. Wait a minute. That was supposed to work. It's supposed to be like fertilizer or something. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now it's working. Okay. So see, this grows faster when you're squatting or shifting. Just to let you know, this makes the crops grow faster. So it's like fertilizer. Let's see how quicker that grows. Awesome. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay. So a little torque magic gets it going. Okay. So that helps me get tons of paper, which I'm going to need for these filters and hoppers. And that grew all of this too. Let's see how that grows at. So you don't really need fertilizer, you just need to hold shift to move around a little bit, right? It grows your crops. It's pretty cool, pretty cool. Yeah. So you don't need bone meal, you don't need chicken meal. Look at that. You can get all this going on here. There you go. Crops for days. I'll never be starving. Look at this. I got millions of carrots and potatoes. So I'll be good with that. But yeah, I need to make some basic filters, and it's already really. It's weird. Okay. So definitely iron. I'm gonna need my iron. But I want to do one for now because I want to get one of these at least started. Freaking crazy. Let's make all this paper. No, 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 no. I almost screwed that up. Okay. Is it 3? Yep. Bang. There we go. That'll be enough. 54 paper. Hoppers. Have to make a bunch of wood. Here we go. Do that, and then make some chest. So I don't need a ton of them. I don't think. Make 6 anyway. Don't need a ton. Make 6. Don't need a ton of them. Make 6. Alright, so we're just going to do first one here just so we can get an idea. And then the filter. There's a freaking truck driving by. Okay, it gives us a basic filter. Now I think I'm going to need that on both sides, so I'm probably going to need 2. So let me go get some iron. Okay, so this is kind of the first time I've been doing this, but I did get a little bit of a tutorial. So let's see what I got here. So basically, this is the mechanical user here, which the cow sits on top of. Comes into this connector here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put the filter here. 1, Okay, on insert. Okay, insert, change channel to brown. And I guess I need a filter there too, so we'll do that. Okay, so inserting into this conduit, or sorry, inserting into that on the brown channel is going to be a bucket. So it's going to accept the buckets into the channel. So I know it looks weird, but it does work. And then on the extract, oh, sorry. Wait, we're going to do in, out, insert, bucket, brown. Okay, and then click this one, gives you the extract. So we're going to put, and once again, put a bucket there, and we're going to blacklist that. And keep it green. Okay, so that gets the flow, at least on that side. Why that works, I have no idea. Don't ask me. Okay, so now we got the arrows, right? So in and out, all right? Boom, boom, boom. Green in, brown out. Now this one we're going to have to change to where it dumps the fluid in there and takes the bucket and sends it back. So, oh, that was weird. Okay, so here we're going to be in and out also. The first channel is going to be insert green and put the filter. Just think we got to do this for every single cow. This is why I didn't want to do it this way. I want to do it simple, but apparently it's not going to let me do that. Keep that whitelisted. Okay, and then we'll go on the extract. So that's going into the tank. Maybe another filter. And another bucket. It's not really using buckets, just the same. So we're going to make that a brown channel. Alright, so what that should do is set up our thing. So you see the green, green, brown, brown, right? So that should work on that. Now this, on the configure, I'm just going to set to none. That way there's nothing there, okay? Put this back here. So that should be fine there, and then it's going to dump into here. Now, where's it at? Oh, I got to go get it. So, but I'm going to use my timer to do that. I'm not going to use the conduit on the other side. So this should work, hopefully. Because I don't want to use more conduit, more stuff, because it takes too freaking long, man. So we're going to put the clock right here. No. Okay, so there's nothing in there now, but that gets the bucket. So it's got the faucet on that side, which will drop in there, and the hopper into the chest. I know there's a little bit more to it, but it also doesn't require you to do all the bindings for the conduits. Now, I have item conduits. I don't know if that's going to screw that up or not. It probably is. I'm probably going to need fluid conduits. But, you know, hey, you know, why, yeah, you know, why. Okay, so let's pull the cow. I damaged him a little bit because you don't want the extractor was on left click, which was attacking him. Just crazy. Okay, so this we're going to want on entity. Okay, and then we're going to right click. Okay, so that'll be that. Shift click. And forgot I had the torch in my hand. Okay. One reason I don't like putting the torch in my hand is that reason right there. Put him down. Put the glass in there. Bang. So I should lock him in. And let's see. It might have to be a fluid conduit. If it does, I'm screwed. But it's going to take a minute, I believe, to do anything. Oh, I have to put the bucket in there. Duh. Okay. So there's that. Don't think. I don't know if I have to wait for it or not. Be right back. Okay. So it extracted. So the extraction part's correct, that's the easy part. This is going to have to be a fluid conduit. I know it. I know it. Still trying to figure this out. I just can't get it to freaking work properly. We'll get it. We'll get it though. I'll be back when I do get it running. Okay, so after multiple craziness, I was trying to overcomplicate this is what I was doing. So basically everything was right except for trying to set these things up. Why that wasn't working, I have no idea. It worked on a tutorial I saw, but it wouldn't work on mine. So why, I don't know. Maybe because I'm doing the casting basin on this side and not an actual conduit on that side. Maybe that's why. But right now, see how it puts it back up there. So once this is good, he should milk it. I did have to splice the video. Apparently I hit the wrong button and I closed it, but don't worry about that. In no way is this a tutorial. This is just me trying to figure it out. But now I know how to do it to where it's going to be simple from here on out. It's going to be an easy process. Maybe I will do a little basic tutorial on this just to get this through. But what'll happen is this will milk. So I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't want to sit here forever, but I want to show you that it works. So that's the bucket going down there. I do have a bunch of crap. Apparently I only needed 2 filters, and I'll show you why. Why this worked on this other person's tutorial. See, there it went. Okay, so it dumped it off. Boom. So entity, right click. It goes into here. In and out. Doesn't need a filter. No filter. I was trying to put a filter there and control what bucket went in and out. I didn't need to do that. Just leave that in insert green channel. Then when you go to extract, put the filter in, bucket, blacklist. And that's always active. Okay, and that's that side. That's freaking simple. I was like, really? So it dumps it through here. Now see the lines. It's green down, green up, green up, green out. Okay. On the bottom, it's the same way. Don't change the insert. So it's an in out to a green. No filter needed. In the extract, this is where it changes. It changes to a weight list on this one. And that's it. And it fills this up, fills my bucket up. Bam! I'm good to go. And that's pretty much it for that. Now that took me a little over 3 hours to figure that out, but that's so that's a fully automated system for that one right there. Wow. Okay, so let me get rid of all this crap. And we should be good to go now for that. So that's going to continuously do that. And you notice I did put, just to be on the, let me show you this too. If you notice here on the configure, on the top, it's push pull, and on the spout, it's push. Okay? And that's how it works. Alright, so there we go. So after multiple hours of trying to figure that out, I actually figured it out by myself without using the tutorial that I was watching. Apparently that tutorial doesn't work for me for some unknown reason. Probably because I'm not using a conduit on this side to go into here. I had to guess. I'm using kind of an automated process. But yeah, so that's going to do it for this episode of FoolCraft. Arlo return, and I hope you enjoy this. Well, I don't know how much you're going to enjoy it, but I can pretty much break all this down because, yeah, I just killed that. And let me see, this is a silk touch. Can I get these back? Am I able to get those? Yes. Yes. Okay, so I can get my glass back. Sweet. So next episode, I should have most of my cow set up done. I was hoping to have that done tonight, but apparently I'm not going to have it. And that's Mr. Cow right there, getting milked every 2 seconds, and you guys are next. Stand by, fools. All of y'all. All of you. Then I'm going to have to figure out how to get that from the tank into the meat packer. That'll be the fun part. Alright, so thanks once again for watching, and I will see you guys on the next episode of FoolCraft.